Give me just one more second here. Sorry I'm late. All right, let me. So, yeah, I restarted my computer in the middle of the week. And apparently, a bunch of things got reset. Like my overlay in the stream was flipped, so my webcam was on top of the chat. The chat was on top of the webcam, and I thought maybe, but it also was showing like not this brown one, but a different overlay that wasn't really set up for the stream yet and stuff. I just got confused and had to run through some stuff. So my apologies for that. That's fine. Okay, let me go ahead and get into this. And hopefully it will show up on the stream pretty easily. If it doesn't, I think if I remember right, I can tab out and tab back in. And that will do it, I think. Oh no, I can just do it here. Yeah, and we left off in the morgue last time. We're on now upstairs, so we're now in the second floor. Normally, I think I even maybe said this last time. Normally, I'd be like, why is the morgue on the second floor? Normally, the morgue is down under the ground to keep it cooler. But I guess given that they were tunneling and that apparently bad stuff happened down below, maybe that's why this is up here. I don't know. Some organ, bizarrely still fresh, was in the drain. Oh yeah, that's another thing, is that they're doing apparently still current operations or whatever, because the organ is fresh, which is wild. Well, I mean, they're not even open yet. They have some patients. They're not even open yet. They're doing apparently operations also. That's a bit disturbing, right? Unexpected. So that's a problem too. Oh yeah, I can't open that currently. I don't remember. I think I have. Let's see. Glass slide crayon letter opener. Yeah, I don't have anything that'll open that. So. Yeah, and this is reasonably disturbing being in here, so let's explore more, shall we? Yay, fun. Okay, what does this say? Oh, we can look at this closer. Before we were just passed by it. I didn't see there might have been one. I didn't see an indicator to examine this more closely, though. I don't see anything on this, though, either. Interesting. Yeah, I found I had like 75,000 Chrome tabs open. So part of a little bit of my being late also was trying to go through, save the tabs. I still wanted to look at what was on the tab. Because I'm doing, like I told you, I think I told some people, like last week or the week before. Anyway, I'm looking into the possibility of making a video game myself. Still in the early stages. Anyway, so some of the tabs, for example, were Like, what do I use? The Godot gaming engine? Do I use Unreal 5? Do I, what engine do I use? Where tutorials where I can learn them? Different things like that. Anyway, so I went through a bunch of different video links for YouTube, as well as site links for other places to save those to still look at. But I just like copied the links and saved them in like a note in a text file, so that I could refer to them later without taking up resources in YouTube. So then I closed the tabs down. So hopefully I'm using a lot less memory now, so I don't see lag. I noticed over the course of the last week, since last time I streamed actually, that if I move my mouse, sometimes it'll like move and then it'll stop moving for like a second or two, and then it'll start moving again. So I'm doing different things to try to mitigate that. Just in case it's the mouse itself. I've had this mouse for like 5 or 6 years or something now, at least. So I'm replacing the mouse. It's about time anyway. I mean, the mouse isn't damaged, so it'll still work for something else, but I mean, you know what I mean. It's about time. The mouse is getting older. So I'm getting a replacement mouse while also closing down the tabs. Hopefully that removed all of the lag of anything that I would have seen. Yeah, I don't know. So I don't know what we're going to do. Because I don't see any way to interact with this at all. We later put something on here? These grooves that make me think that this is like to channel blood out, so like if the blood leaks, it has somewhere to go. And then maybe there's a hole at the end, so it just drains and goes down to the end there. But I don't know, I mean, we can zoom in and look. I don't know if we're actually going to do anything with it. It was difficult to discern what was on the scale. Rain? Why would anyone leave this here? Yeah. Some of that stuff is not great. There was water flowing here, likely for the purpose of cleaning blood and other fluids spilled during surgical procedures. Now, how does this happen? I guess they've got a section beneath the floor, but above the roof of the floor below. So, how do I say this? A section below the floor, but above the ceiling of the story downstairs one level, I guess is what it would have to be, right? Because we're upstairs, and yet there's water flowing under us. But there's no way to see water in the rooms looking up at the ceiling, so this has got to be something in between, I guess. If this were a basement floor or something, it'd be more understandable. This is a little confusing. It's not the end of the world or anything, but it's a little bit of something that makes me pause and go, huh, when I see that. Okay, we got notes. What is this? Book provided some details about the bodies in the morgue. Names, tags, and some notes. Okay, so it's just that. It doesn't really have any additional specific. So we could read like Paul Bailey, AO56 and stuff. Do we know any of these names? I guess would be the next question, right? That's kind of the obvious segue from that. John Ferris, I think. Arthur Machen? Mary Shelley. Mary Shelley's Frankenstein? I wonder if how many of these are Easter eggs and references to horror greats, or people from the past that were big horror names. John Carroll, David Lindsay, John Webster, William Godwin, Henry James, William Hodgson, Paul Bailey, Jeremy Gotthelf, and Bram Stoker. You got a lot of them in there. Interesting. I like it. Hey, do more of that, please. That's awesome. Okay. So apparently some horror greats were actually patients here as well. Hannah wouldn't turn. Same as that one. Oh, that one's like maybe busted. It's partway open, but it still won't open. So Still won't go further. Maybe I should say instead. Could make out some organic material submerged in transparent liquid. Formaldehyde, perhaps. Old and worn out microscope. Several glass flasks of different sizes, yet all empty. This one also will not open. Okay. So we got here a padlock, only some random stuff in here. Oh, so all of this. I see. Yeah, it looks like that's a busted padlock. I don't know if these work or not. Given that one, maybe the others are all broken too. Second drawer. There's nothing worth mentioning. I can't even tell what these are supposed to be. I mean, containers of some kind. Are these meant to go under the microscope or just... I really want to know why my chatbot is not catching that crap. Because I already added that specifically. Your stupid space junk. N space E space Z and stuff. Trying to get around. Why is this not... I don't understand why this is not working right now. I don't know. I don't know why. It is irritating. But, I mean, you know, whatever, I guess. Whatever. Okay, so I don't know what we use these for. Empty jars and dirty rags. Looked like some kind of box with dividers, as if it was meant to have cards put in it. See anything else? So I guess that's it for that. Just a bunch of boxes stacked. What a waste of space. I mean this, but I guess we don't know what this is. So. Nothing interesting in here. So most of these drawers are just pretty much empty and pointless. Some neatly aligned flasks and more rather disorganized items in here. I don't really see anything at all in any of these to grab. So maybe we're not doing anything with these, at least not for now. Huh. We might come back here, I guess, right? But for now, no. Yeah, okay. I think that's everything. We already started with these and did this first half last time, and then we came over here and did this, and then from here, did these sections and this and that right there. So, oh, I don't think there's anything. We go up here. Will it say showing us anything more? Probably not, right? Muddy window gave the room a gloomy appearance. Yeah, that's it. So, okay. And we can't. The chart doesn't really tell us anything. We can't really do anything with these curtains. So, and I already tried looking at other things in here. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else. All right, so we're leaving this. So that was the morgue. And we already did the rooms on the end, so we're going from the morgue past. So we're going to the lab next, I guess? And then what is this? Oh, it's a passage. I see. Yep, so we're going... We started here, went here, and then this, just now. Yeah, so lab and then passage, I guess. And we already figured out this side is this over here. Right? This is on the left side of the hall. If you're on the hall and you go to the left, that's this. So morgue, so laboratory. So we just passed the morgue. Let's go past this. And there'll be the laboratory over here. That's some serious lag. Hopefully it figures out here in a second. Okay. Oh, the journal update as well. Laboratory greeted me with a hint of a sinister ambiance. Greenish lighting and fetid smell only contributed to convey an eerie sense of the organic. Also, who is that man in the corner? Oh. Oh, there is somebody here. Interesting. Yeah. Tables in disarray, with many gadgets scattered on it. Several empty test tubes as well. They really had to replace these medical tools if they were planning to reopen the Institute. Some spare empty flasks, and surprising, they hadn't broken yet considering how they were stored. Okay. Go forward, of course. Let's see if there's anything else around me right here. Oh yeah, I already read that. My bad. My bad. Some sort of chemical substance. Can't do anything with those drawers. Cabinet was jammed. Seemed to have been in disuse for a long time. Frankly, coming in here, I'm surprised this dude hasn't said anything to us. To be honest. A little surprising. Several empty glass containers seem to have been used frequently in the past. Tools sent a slight shiver down my spine. Looked like something out of a horror movie. Test tubes, likely used to hold samples and chemicals, yet now only dust and dirt. I'm trying to go out. That's what we're trying to do. There we go. This one also won't open, right? Locked cabinet. Okay. It's fair. It's definitely fair. Old cans seemingly empty. Several lids for jars that probably broken during the years. Whatever this was, didn't interest me. Okay. For a moment, I thought they might be bottles of blood stored for some unknown purpose. I guess that means they are not, since he said for a moment. Also, the color doesn't quite look like blood looks, right? If it was bottled, it would look different. Some rusted tools would look like something a mechanic would use, not doctors. That's missing. Okay. Rather than water, the pipes were likely crawling with insects. the water here. Vacant cabinets seem to be pure decor. Oh, did I miss this one? I don't know if I was ever able to look at this one or not, actually. I guess no is the answer. Okay. Let me add this. I do this. Yeah, so we're a little bit closer here. It's locked, but didn't appear to contain anything of importance inside. When you feel like maybe something is living inside you, I guess? That'd be my initial interpretation anyway. Interesting. Faucet was so rusty, couldn't be turned. More rusty tools and some sort of lenses that were ready to be retired. Labels in these cans had lost any trace of color, so whatever used to be inside them was anyone's guess. No water, possibly a plumbing issue. Yeah, and we can go this way. Start at the top one, since we exit using the bottom. A drawer full of empty glass jars. I already did that, but that's fine. Most drawers here seem to be filled with junk. Nothing worth my time here. Okay. These cages reminded me of my own condition, confined and searching for meaning. Oh. We could potentially try to open this? I mean, not right now, at least for sure. That one doctor's there. Sturdy structures of the cages seem to be made of copper. I feared that I'd also be forgotten, left alone to die and putrefy in this dead, dreadful place. My dear Walter, grateful as I am for your kind invitation, I still have certain matters to attend to in my homeland, which prevent me from engaging in such a long trip, at least for the time being. However, rest assured that finally meeting in person soon is a priority for me. I think of you as a close friend, there for me when everyone else abandoned me. Oh, Walter, the things I have to tell you, which, for our sakes, can't be disclosed in written words. Our mutual area of interest is on the verge of yielding benefits beyond our dreams. There is another tome that came to my attention, apparently terrible and dangerous, which may hold the final key to the puzzle. Mortuus Cavae. No, Cavas, sorry. Mortuus Cavas. My studies revealed only one account of its existence, and, if the primeval orbs aid me, might find a way into my prized collection. In any case, I wish you favorable kismet in your research. Your friend, A.M. P.S. News of the deplorable situation in which your institute finds itself reached me. To state the obvious, I support your work without reservation. I trust that all individuals spreading malicious lies will be brought to justice. Our ways may be disapproved of by the blinkered peers of our era. We are making strides toward a new age of science. In due time, our undertakings will be celebrated, and historians will acknowledge our achievement. Okay, so that was definitely worth it. Nothing of use in this drawer. Okay. 1, 2, only the 2. Okay. So this is maybe details on what they were doing to the rat that's in that cage or something? Over there, or behind. So something with this rat at some point, maybe not now though. Like I said, I don't think I have anything. I've got a letter opener is the best I've got. Pretty sure that's not going to do it. Oh, cannot get through there, so we go diagonally over here, I see. A couple of these, they're cabinet also, yeah. Locked cabinet, but judging by the rest of the stuff here, it's probably not worth my time. Couldn't see anything of relevance here, except this, of course. The influence of Ambrose Miller. Another notable chapter in the Chronicle of Hanwell Mental Institute involves the cordial relationship that developed between Walter Hanwell and Dr. Ambrose Miller, renowned chemist researching experimental drugs. Dr. Miller first achieved widespread fame overseas due to his involvement in the standardization of clinical drug trials, including the use of placebo-controlled and double-blind tests. Regrettably, Dr. Miller's accolades came to an abrupt halt after the devastating thalidomide tragedy, in which thousands of babies were born with malformed limbs as the result of their mothers making indiscriminate, unsupervised use of the drug to treat nausea during their pregnancies. It has been said that Dr. Miller's insistence on demonstrating drug efficiency... Sorry, let me try that sentence again. It has been said that Dr. Miller's insistence on demonstrating drug efficacy with no regard for safety played a significant role in this dark chapter of modern medicine, since his insistence has patients adopt use of thalidomide has been recorded in multiple testimonies. Following this shameful debacle, Dr. Miller shied away from the public eye and became a recluse, maintaining communication with only a handful of select colleagues. It was during this quieter phase of his career that he began to exchange a feverish stream of missives with Dr. Hanwell. No one knows the exact nature of their ardent debates. It was established by acquainted resources that Dr. Miller was fascinated by the ambitious goals of his colleague, as well as the luxuriously equipped laboratory in his institute. But it was also rumored these professionals shared a passion for the non-secular side of medicine. More recently, Dr. Miller emerged from his seclusion and, during an interview, expressed interest in becoming a staff member at Hanwell Mental Institution. Okay. At some point in the past, the laboratory may have been suitably equipped. At present, it was a complete mess. Okay, so both of those are done. It was locked, but likely collecting dust and more neglected tools. This one was jammed. Okay. Test tubes, they were everywhere. Trays, who knew what disgusting things they might have held in the past? Although the drawer was nearly empty, a few bottles with a sinister red liquid were barely visible in the back. And I don't have a way to pick this paper up, I guess. Okay, so I guess it's nothing. Nothing back here, right? Yeah, that's not something else. office. Okay. Okay. Those are those things. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Here. No matter how hard I forced it, I couldn't open it. We don't need to force things, probably. Oh. Here? Yes. No luck. It was locked. Some strange lab equipment. I can't talk to him? Hang on. I'll have to try again here in a minute. Let's see. Here. Ah, there we go. Look at some of these first. Since he apparently doesn't care if I rifle through stuff. This drawer was locked. None of these drawers seem to open. Open. Shape of the tool gave me the chills. Looked painful. More typical lab instruments. Had no idea what these tools were for, but I didn't want to find out either.
Hello? Am I interrupting something?
Who are you?
I'm a former member of the Institute. I came here tonight to look into some docket.
Well, this is highly irregular. Did Julia let you in? I'll need to have a word with her. As you can see, the building is not in a condition for you to go anywhere you please.
Oh, but I'm only going to the allowed areas.
This area is not allowed.
Sorry, my mistake. But would you mind if I asked you some questions?
I was in the middle of something important, but go ahead.
I assume you are...
I'm the new director of the Institute, Dr. Ambrose Miller. My purpose here is to honor the vision of my former colleague, Dr. Walter Hanwell.
Pleased to meet you. So, I assume you were acquainted with Walter Hanwell.
Quite so. Walter was a friend. We maintained ample correspondence over the years. Many subjects, both from the field of medicine and life itself, were our common interest. Many times I toyed with the idea of coming here to work with him. Alas, fate had a different plan for us.
What do you mean?
Well, the circumstances you're obviously familiar with. I was finally prepping myself for a greatly belated visit when all of a sudden the Institute shut down. Walter had been a friend in writing for many years, yet regrettably I never got to know him in person.
Julia seems to be a nice member of the new Hanwell family.
Our new receptionist. I don't have much to say. I just met her earlier this morning.
She's doing a fine job. Must be difficult putting a nice face to all this filth.
Filth?
I'm sorry, I mean, let's talk about something else. So, you're the famous Dr. Miller.
Famous? Not quite. At least not around these parts. I'm just a humble servant who wishes to continue with Walter's grandiose dreams.
How so?
As soon as I heard this establishment was ceasing operations, I made arrangements to be transferred here, hopefully continue Walter's work. My connection in the field of medicine across the years proved valuable, as here I find myself as the new director in charge of this reopening.
About Dr. Ebesbaker.
The therapist?
Yes, I'm curious about her role at the Institute.
She was well positioned in the ranks at Hanwell, respected career and all, but if you ask me, she was a failure.
Do you know Bruno?
Of course I know Bruno. He's our security guard.
Is there anything of interest you could tell me about him?
Not really. He's just a security guard.
But he's working in your establishment and contributes to a greater goal. You can't possibly operate this place without security.
Look, if you want to form a union with Bruno, be my guest. I need to keep working with this dangerous chemical.
Why such intolerance?
I have a highly dangerous chemical right here.
Fine. Have you seen a patient wandering around?
The one who's cleaning the rooms? Yes. Leonard, I believe.
That's who I mean, yes. Is it safe to speak with him?
Certainly. Perfectly safe, otherwise we wouldn't allow him to roam freely. I'm not familiar with his case, though. We are simply continuing with the same treatment he had in the past.
Does the name Crawford ring a bell?
Not in the least.
My condition, no. Why the shutdown? I guess maybe also. Patients and groupie, I think no. Construction works.
I understand there's an ongoing process of reopening.
You seem to be acquainted with our circumstances.
What's the plan? How long will this last?
Difficult to estimate. In addition to cleaning, which will demand a lot of time in itself, there are structural changes planned. It's a considerable investment too. So as you can imagine, we'd like to accomplish this as soon as possible.
Why did Hanwell shut down all of a sudden?
That's not a topic we are discussing here, as you can imagine.
I'm interested in learning the truth.
Truth these days is a social construct.
Oh, come on. A fact is still a fact, and there must be a reason why this place closed doors.
Mismanagement. Hanwell got too careless. He trusted the wrong people.
But...
That is all I'm saying on this topic.
I guess I can ask. He may or may not be familiar with it.
Are you familiar with the term Group E?
Yes, that's a therapy thing. Patients were organized into small groups and encouraged to discuss their fears and problems in confidence. In a more controlled environment, they were treated by, what was her name?
Dr. Ebersbaker? Do you know anything about the construction below?
I'm aware of renovation plans that didn't come to fruition. The structure of the building was typical Kirkbride, since its inception, a style which became dated over time. Mind you, this was true of all mental hospitals of this area. All Kirkbride establishments were forced to change, or perish.
Why this whole fascination with the Kirkbride architecture?
You could say that Walter was a romantic, too attached to the old ways. He erected this building quite late in his lifetime, when the Kirkbride design was already beginning to exhibit its flaws, and he paid a price for it.
What I don't understand is the purpose of digging in the basement.
It makes perfect sense. That's typically how the migration of the so-called unit system worked. Underground tunnels.
I'm wondering how a network of underground tunnels is so attached to the concept of a unit system.
To begin with, the unit system is a term that didn't catch on. It was meant to convey the notion of units of buildings, concerned with a single aspect for the everyday operation of a mental institute. One building for administrative offices, another for surgical interventions, then male and female infirmaries separated, and so on. The hospital border in Buenos Aires is a good example of such a system of buildings.
Topics, people. Guess that's it. Okay.
I appreciate the conversation. Goodbye.
Apparently he's working with a dangerous chemical also, so that's festive. As switch, but I didn't want to turn off the lights. Laboratory was already scary as it was. Plus, he's already working. I don't know why I did that. Obviously, it makes sense not to do that because he's in the middle of working. Okay. And I don't remember what this last room is. Hang on. Let me just see what it was. That's a passage. It's a passage only? And what's beyond the passage? Hydrotherapy, office, operating room A and B, rehabilitation, psychiatry. Okay. We also have, on this side, got the solarium. Oh wait, I already did that, didn't I? Did I do that last time? WC. Don't know why we're looking at an empty grate. But okay, sure. I guess if that's the thing, it's the thing. Maybe the pipe was clogged, or for whatever reason there was no water. Didn't seem to be water flowing in this spot. Oh, there's a little water there. Oh, I see. And so if I need water, I can get water from that. I don't think I have any need for water right now. I was thankful I couldn't see anything in those toilets through all the dark surrounding me. Lights didn't work here. Foul smell from the broken urinals permeated the whole room. But it is good to know that I can get water from this second sink if I need it. I would imagine that might be important later. Maybe not. Maybe it's just flavor, but it might be important later. Alright, so continuing this way. Here's the laboratory we just came from. Yeah, I think the solarium actually was a little... I think it was locked, was it? Hang on. I think that's what the deal was. Oh no. Solarium used to be a clean and peaceful spot to relax and amid the sunbeams. Quite the opposite of its present and sorry condition. I felt a brief sense of melancholy. So I don't think we actually don't think we've been in the solarium yet. Okay. Insect repellent. Interesting. And there's skeet. Or ski? What is that? Yeah, skeet. Oh, some kind of anti-mosquito something or other. Okay. It doesn't look like anything we're going to keep, though. Just examine. So, backing out. Forward. Oh. We're able to look at this before. Hang on. Solarium was in shambles with debris and assorted garbage scattered all around. Okay, that's... Window was shattered, allowing a cold breeze to chill the room. It was... There we go. Large hole in the roof didn't precisely convey a sense of security. None of the windows here seem to have survived a long period of neglect. All things considered, the intruding vine had brought a little life into this room. The stove didn't work. Another dirty and broken window. What a sad state for this once beautiful solarium. Window is shattered, allowing a cold breeze to chill the room. Alright, I think that's all of this stuff around, except for, of course, this. Alright, get this. Shore Gazette. Record of patients housed in local hospital. The renowned surgeon who keeps receiving encomiums from his peers, Dr. Walter Hanwell, director and founder of the mental hospital named after him, has made public the number of patients hosted by his institute. At 272 patients and 54 staff members, the establishment has positioned itself as one of the most highly populated mental institutions in the world. It has become the pride of our region. Dr. Hanwell recognized the importance of the Kirkbride design and architecture system in serving to house a large number of patients in a healthy and comfortable environment. However, reputable psychiatrists disagree on this and warn about the dangers of an overcrowded building, including managerial problems and ethical dilemmas. According to the Kirkbride plan, a hospital for the insane should not exceed a maximum of 250 patients, contrary to Dr. Hanwell's claims. We acknowledge the mandate of the Kirkbride plan, and my talented staff is keeping our patients under tight control, said Dr. Hanwell. Our methods are efficient, and my experience in the field has allowed us to improve upon Kirkbride's august design. Sorry about the accent change. I decided it makes more sense, I think, for Dr. Hanwell to be just British. So anyway. Okay. So we have that now added as well. Yeah, same as before. Nothing else to the sides. Okay, so we're out of this. And all the way down. Passage. Okay. Ah, there's Lenny. Hey, buddy. What are you up to? Long time no see and stuff. Complexity of the design in the window bathed this spot of the corridor with a unique glow. Woo! And stuff.
Lenny, I've been in the basement. You were right.
Really?
Yes, I was there before. And you too. I had this memory. We were working together in some kind of construction project. What were we doing down there?
I don't recall. Everything is so fuzzy.
Lenny, you have to make an effort. This is important for our sakes.
I don't want to, please. I don't want to remember. It hurts.
Okay, don't worry, Lenny. Let's try something else.
I mean, he just said he doesn't want to remember, so... But...
Nothing else comes to mind?
I don't want to think about that anymore.
It's not that. So what our task was to investigate about Bertrand.
What can you tell me about Bertrand?
Bertrand. That name sounds familiar. He was a friend.
Yes, Lenny, I think he was too. Do you know where I can find him? Think hard, please.
I'm not sure, but I remember him. We sat together many times.
Nothing else, Lenny?
I'm so sorry, but no.
Did you hear anything else about this?
No.
Look at this crayon.
Oh, yes. Is that from the game room? We used to draw so much.
Look at this piece of glass.
Oh, that's nice.
He's like, why are you showing me a glass slide, you freak? Yeah. So I guess.
See you around, Lenny.
Now, can I go past him or only talk to him? I guess I can only talk to him right now. I guess that means I'm going to floor 3 because can't get past him, but aren't. Let me look at this again. See if there's another passage. No, there's just the one. Only one passage that goes through. So, and that deals with both of these wings plus wherever the doors were that would have taken me here. So maybe if we go to floor 3, there'll be other stairs down to floor 2 elsewhere, except I don't see any other ways. The first floor, third floor, oh, over here. Yeah. So maybe if I can get on the 3rd floor and then down over to here. Okay. I guess that's the next step then. We cannot get into Hanwell's office. And the museum we already looked at. Nothing on the right from there? Yeah, no. Okay. I guess we'll try upstairs. Floor 3. Nothing on the landing here. Oh, then there's this. Seemed to be Lenny's cart. Perhaps he was getting ready to clean the topmost floor. Oh. Oh, and I cannot go up. I see. Huh. Okay, well, in that case, what do I have? To slide the crayon letter over. How? This is just this stuff. Like skeletons and stuff. I don't know what I can do in here still. If anything. Let me think. What if we... trying to investigate more about Bertrand. Who was... Yeah, that's Miller in the lab. And that's Miller's office down there. So... still locked up. Talk to Bruno again, maybe, but I don't know. I don't know if he's gonna have anything for us, really. Such an inspiring view. Not. Oh, he's not in his office now? Interesting. I wonder where he went. What's this? I think we read this before. Now that I'm seeing it with the music box and stuff. Just as a refresher, I guess. Let me read it again. October 14th, noon. Music again. A blasted tune echoing in the corridor gets on my nerves. As if all the bizarre noises in this horrible place weren't enough. But it's the only way to keep him calm. I'll take the creepy children's nursery music over his maniacal pounding any day. Good thing I brought my own food. They said provisions would be available for us during this phase, but I swear they're trying to poison us. I'd pick up one of the abominations in those jars from the museum over that canned stuff they sent us. Or maybe not. I mean, I'm bored. I don't know who's supervising this construction work, but there's no way this place will be safe condition to bring in more patients anytime soon. Certainly not tonight. If you ask me, and no one will, I'm no nobody. This whole thing is way, way too rushed. You don't need to bring in a dangerous psychopath to test the security of the facilities. Just being here for 5 minutes will tell you all you need to know. I'm beginning to regret signing up for this. There's a foul stench coming from that massive metal door at the end of the corridor. I think it leads to the storage room in the basement. I can only imagine the source of that smell. Can't seem to open the door, though. Won't budge. I think it's mechanical, and that electrical sound behind it doesn't inspire confidence either. Evening. Somewhat. That's it. I'm taking the cursed musical box away. Can't stand it anymore. I don't care how much he enjoys music. Eventually he'll bang his own brains into oblivion. Gotta be organized for whatever it's worth and note accurate times for my next entries. 6 p.m. The lighting in this forsaken place is failing and giving me a headache with all that constant flickering. It's worse than the horrible smell at the end of the corridor. At least the smell doesn't hurt. Hopefully the construction workers arrive on time. 7 p.m. Stupid me. Couldn't help myself and tried opening that door. Zap! Electric shock. Way to go, genius. I should trust my instinct next time. With all this stinking humidity down here, I can only assume the moisture has caused a wiring malfunction. One thing's for sure, I'm not getting anywhere beyond this corridor. 8 p.m. 2 keys seem to be missing. One is for the locked office of a certain Hawthorne. The other is for the office of the previous doctor of the Institute, Hanwell himself. That Dr. Miller guy asked me about those keys again. Sure, Your Highness, Dr. Miller. Let me spend the whole night searching for those keys for you. I'm not your damn assistant. Although, that patient roaming the building, Leo, is it? Something odd about him. I don't trust that guy. Should have a word with him when I get the chance. 10 p.m. So flipping Mozart here next to me somehow broke out of his cell and ran upstairs. He spent a fair amount of time trashing the cafeteria. However, this random guy, yeah, that's how bizarre this place is, helped me to calm him down. Whatever, I'll take it. At least I can get some rest before the next round. So that was 10 p.m. 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. are when we've actually been in the Institute. 10:30 p.m. Ugh, this pounding is more than I could take now. Feels like it's my own head hitting that door. Screw it, I'll give him the music box. Again. Oh. That actually might not be a good thing. Variety of pulp paperbacks and some old newspapers. Neglected, worn out folders, probably old security records. Drawer seemed like it was about to fall apart with all that paperwork. Okay. Bruno was nowhere to be seen, and I needed access to more places, so I took his keys with me. I wasn't proud of it. I don't know if I want to go down here or not. I mean, I guess we can. Curious if something happened to him when he was trying to get the music box to that guy. There, he's locked in. That goes through now. Probably, if I go the other way, enter from the other side downstairs, I'll probably see, or I might, I don't know about probably, I might see what happened to Bruno. I don't know if I want to go right there right now, because I kind of want to open the offices that were locked. Like, I don't know if we'll get into Miller's, but Hanwell, that's one of the keys he was saying in his journal that he was supposedly going to have, so let's see. Let's first see if we can get into Miller's. I don't know if we will be able to, but we'll try. Julia's still there. Oh! The doors up there are locked also, although I don't know. She's there now. She knows. She already knows we tried going upstairs before, so I don't know if she would be so happy to let us. Crayon, glass slide, keys. Couldn't use any key there. Okay, so not Hawthorne. So we have Hanwell. Miller. Where was Miller's? I remember Miller's office. Is it upstairs maybe instead of down here? Let me see. So Hawthorne, Abesbacher. None of these. Yeah, I don't see anything here. So I guess it would be maybe second floor. We need to go look at... Oh, I don't know why I went all the way down here. Well, the stairs are this way, actually, so this is maybe better. I don't know why we went all the... Why we... Sorry. Mind is... We need to go to the second floor anyway to look at Hanwell's office. So with that in mind... Maybe Miller's office is on that floor as well. I heard something. Huh. Keyring wouldn't unlock this door. I guess Bruno didn't have clearance to go everywhere. Still locked, but whatever's beyond this felt important. Oh. So the keyring does not unlock it? Interesting. So I thought... I just have... It's not like a thing where I switch to go between keys, right? Keyring and then that. Yeah. None of my keys seem to work. Okay. So no. Nothing new in the museum? No. Not that I could tell, at least. Let me see. So Hanwell's office. We get through here. If we can't, then I guess we're going down below. After all, we're going on the other side where Bruno would have gone. Yeah, just had Lenny still sweeping there. Okay, so let's go actually down below, I suppose, and see. We can find out what happened to Bruno. I wonder if we're gonna find Bruno dead. To be honest, it would not surprise me all that much. Go down, yeah, just down again, right? Lock clicked with somewhat pleasant sound as I turned the key, which echoed through the corridors and the gloomy area downstairs. Ruh-roh. Do I want to be going downstairs? We check existing rooms, see if we see anywhere. That lock was rusted, wouldn't be able to unlock it even with a key. Oh, right. Forgot that was rusted. I see. We're only going the one way. Apparently, only the one way. I don't see Bruno over here. Interesting. Wonder where he is. What he's exploring right now. Well, I guess we'll go down here then. Oh. You know what? Fetid smell made me lose my balance as I prowled into the sewers. For a moment I thought about running and leaving the forsaken place behind me. Actually, hang on. There is one other... this room, right? I don't think he's in here, but just in case. Yeah. Okay, I don't see him. I forgot to check this other room. Okay, let's go back now. More or less a dead end here. Sewers extended, who knew for how long? But it's impossible to proceed anyway. Yeah, we don't even get an option for the key. What is this? That's a wrench of some kind, I guess. What's this? Gauge presumably showed the water was still flowing through this pipe. Yeah, we could turn it, but not without a tool. Okay. Yeah, I guess it's just this way. Okay. I'm not seeing anything on the walls or ceiling or anything to have a look at, so I think we just proceed. Why would we be monkeying with valves and gauges and things? I'm a little bit confused why we're down here, what we're going to accomplish, but let's see. This tube seemed to indicate the water level left in what I assumed was a septic tank. I took the valve with me. Oh, does that go... Oh, maybe we didn't need a wrench. Maybe we needed the valve over on the other side for the water. Maybe that's what was missing. The gate at the end of the sewer seemed to open only under certain conditions, possibly related to water pressure. As I walked away, I realized that maybe the valve could come in handy somewhere else. Oh. Alright, let me grab it. The sewer seemed to... Okay, so it's still... I guess it needs more water pressure than we got. And turning that didn't do anything to increase the pressure, I suppose. Oh, this may have been how they got the water on the second floor under the grate. And now that that's off, maybe that's open. So we can look without... Interesting, maybe. I don't know that for sure that's what that goes for, but, you know, maybe. It's a possibility. That was the morgue. That, I think. I guess one more forward. Over. There we go. No. Still water. Okay. So I wonder what that is for, but... Alright, I'm gonna pause this for the time being. I need to use the bathroom, and I'm not going to be able to wait, so let me go ahead and do this. I'll just let the normal music play. I'll be back in a little bit, probably be, I'm guessing 5 or 10 minutes. I'll try to hurry, though. Be back in a minute. Alright, sorry about that. Okay. Hey. Panic light. Yeah. I was using the little Wrangler's room, so my apologies on that. I probably want to just save over this. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so I've got the keys. Okay, so hang on. So what do the keys go to? Let me see. Not see me holding this key ring. He'd have bad temper. Drain septic tank. Is that... I already used the valve. Maybe there's another valve downstairs we need to use? I was gonna go upstairs. I tried Hanwell. The key on Hanwell's office didn't work. Let's see if there's another valve down here or something we can use that on. I don't know. I'm trying to remember if there was a valve somewhere that I had a missing handle for before that I wasn't remembering. We turned the valve down there and then grabbed it from there. Didn't see any other valves to use there. What about in here? Doesn't look like any that want to be turned. And then we've already got the valves on those spots, so... Is there something missing from here, maybe? We were here last time, we didn't have a valve. So it's possible... these all have... These valves are all in place. Also cannot interact with them at all. And although we can look at the brick here, you know, where it's been sealed off, there's not a valve to do anything with there. Or over here. There's got to be a valve somewhere else that I'm missing. No and no. I'm not going... This we just can't get through in general. And this, same thing. We're trying to drain the septic tank. I can't imagine going too far away from that is going to accomplish that goal either. Back down below, I guess. Maybe I missed a place where a valve handle was not present? Maybe. Let's see. There are two valves there that we're not going to do anything with. This is not a valve, of course. We already did this one. This is where we had it before. We already did this and turned it before pulling it off. Unless we do it again, but I can't imagine doing it one way and then doing it back is going to accomplish anything. You probably just need it the one way. See me valve. Place to put the valve handle over there. Not over here though, right? For sure not that. Yeah, it's lowered some. I have like another couple of... Probably another couple of efforts, turns, whatever you want to say, to get this to lower. At least one, probably two, because this is somewhere between like halfway and a third. So it looks like it's like 40% or something of the way down. So, where else? Was there on the first floor? I was up at the second floor. Is there maybe on the first floor a valve I could turn? I don't remember one offhand, but maybe. could not get in this before. This was the kitchen, right? A couple of these things. This is the gallery. I don't think there are any valves in here. Yeah. Doesn't look like it to me. So not there. This is the laundry, which then goes farther to the, like, atrium or whatever this exactly is. Maybe just like a courtyard. So I don't think, let me double check here, but I don't think there was any valve in the laundry. Yeah, there's no valve in here that I can see. I don't think there's a valve here either, but we can check. Locked, but I don't have an option of using a key. So it's not going to be something we open. We cannot. Basically, to apply a tool, something we have in our inventory on it, there has to be a little wrench icon on the hand. There's not one. So that does not anything except for I remember way back when kind of thing or whatever. Come through here. Julia is still there. There was... Oh. It's the next hall over, actually. I was going to say there was a bathroom. Library, no. I don't think so. Okay. So none of this. Yeah, there's the hall before Julia. So maybe in this hall? Maybe. I don't have a high level of confidence, but there might be something. Let's see. So this is the WC here. The bathroom. No valves. This is just a waiting room, so there's not going to be a valve in there. This is... I don't remember. This is like a records room or something. And then over here is the archive. Neither of those are going to have valves. The end there, we have a janitor's closet on the left. And then we have two offices for Dr. Hancock? No. I don't remember. Something, Dr. somebody, and then Dr. Abelsbacher. I don't think either of those really. And then over there's another waiting room. Yeah, I don't. Let me see. Let me look at the map. Is there somewhere here that looks like maybe we use valve handle? There's this bathroom next to the gallery. But again, I don't think in the bathrooms, I don't think there's really a use for a valve. Game room. Cafeteria. Maybe the showers we've been to. Maybe. Let me see. Can we go across the way one more time? Yeah, just through is fine. Go check that bathroom. Just so that we've done that. I don't expect that's going to have anything, but I don't remember if we had an empty spot that looked like it would take. Like that there was a valve that could have worked, but we didn't have a handle or something. I don't think so, though. I don't remember that being in here. Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing in here. We cannot get in this yet at all, I guess. I was gonna say yet, but it doesn't even have a wrench icon, so not even at some point in the future, unless that changes. Maybe with forwarding of the game, something triggers and that icon, then at that point allows you to do digging, maybe. But yeah, anyway, so no over here. We'll go back over here. Games room. Library. Bit of lag in the loading. That's okay though. Through. So now we're back out here. Women's side. Which was still close to us for now at least. So I guess try over here where the showers were. Nothing here. This is just like an infirmary. But I don't even see a sink in here or anything. So I don't see how a valve would be useful there. Past the first set of patients. We're here. Okay, nothing there. Yeah, I don't see any reason to use a valve in here. I'm not seeing any of them missing or anything. Yeah. Okay, well. So we don't have one, we don't have one. So I don't know where we're gonna go to keep draining that. I'm gonna figure that out. Not down below. I'm very confused. It's not going to be anything on the second floor, I don't think, right? That doesn't make sense to me. What am I missing down here, though? I don't know of another way to get down except where the sewers are, and there's only the one valve handle there. I don't know how I'm supposed to continue to drain. Let me put the valve handle back on again and see if maybe I can turn it farther. Maybe I didn't turn it far enough. No, it's not going to let me put it back on, so I am already done with this. Curious. I don't think I can look at this. Let me see again. Yeah. Not examine that. This tube seemed to indicate the water level left in what I was assuming a septic tank. What I assume was a septic tank, I should say. Okay, I don't know. Even if it's not the valve handle, I don't know what the next thing is to... This will not open right now. It's only when certain conditions are satisfied, which probably is draining this fully. But how? How do I drain it further? I don't know. I don't know what the answer is here. What does my book say on this? I was too disturbed by now to think straight, but I knew that something of cardinal significance was down in the sewers. Yeah. It's a sturdy valve that can be attached to a spigot or similar. Let me actually try clicking this again, but it was not, yeah. Did not open last time I tried either. Same thing there. I come over here, so no on these. This is heating and energy for the place, so it's not going to be tied to the water, at least not obviously. I mean, it would be tied to something like a water heater, maybe. Shouldn't be tied to the sewage system or the septic system at all. Very confused. No piping or anything for that. And that's just the electrical switch we did last time. Or maybe it was 2 times ago, I don't remember now. I think it was just last time. But... I don't want to waste my time with this door. There's no luck with that. Here's the guy that was... blocked, but I was not dying to get in anyway. Yeah, because if the glass is broken, maybe not the best idea. Anyway, this guy was the guy who got out last time. Yeah, he's still gone too. Curious. But in any case, there's no piping or anything around here, so I don't know. So confused where our next thing is supposed to be. Okay. Well. I'm actually not sure about that. So if there are no other spigots to attach the valve to drain the sewers or the septic area, then what other options am I gonna have? I don't know. Maybe I need to go past Julia and upstairs again? He only had a couple keys, though. Hang on. So I tried Hanwell's office. Did not have that key. What was the other key he had? It's over here in his journal entry, which I don't have written. Let me just keep going through. Hang on. Go back here briefly. Take a look at his office again, since he's not there right now. Okay. In his diary or journal or whatever, at the end, he talks about toward the end, he talks about the keys. So that, this. Oh, no, I went too far. Hang on. Just one page. Just one page. Okay, hang on. Okay, 8 p.m. 2 keys seem to be missing. One is for the office of a certain Hawthorne. The other is for the office of previous director Hanwell himself. Oh, we do have for Hawthorne. I thought we didn't have for Hawthorne. I thought it was for something else. Okay, let's try Hawthorne. Hawthorne is next to Abelsbacher. It's one of the early doctor's offices that we were not able to get into. So I guess we do have one for Hawthorne. I, for some reason, was thinking the other key was for Hanwell and then something else. So if we find something with Hawthorne, we might, and I don't think that's going to drain the sewer yet. I don't think we're going to be able to do that quite yet, but that might help us find something else out. And some situations do change. As you go hour by hour, you do a certain amount of things. The time forwards an hour. Like it'll say like 10 p.m. on the middle of the screen or something, letting you know you've moved forward in the game. And then some things open up after. So for example, over there, just to the right of those double doors, there are doors to the cafeteria. Excuse me, the cafeteria. We were not able to get there earlier, like at the beginning of the game. But when we moved to the second hour, that semi-violent criminal that I pointed out downstairs, down below. I say criminal, I didn't mean criminal. Semi-violent patient is downstairs. He had escaped and gotten into the cafeteria, and that security guard, Bruno, locked him in the cafeteria for the time being. After doing enough stuff for that next hour, then Bruno escorted that patient back down, and the cafeteria at that point was open, and then I could go through. So things like that might unlock or open up with new hours and whatever happening or proceeding. So other way. Oh, one more. Couldn't use any key there. He said. So what? Okay, so what is still locked that I might try the keys on then? So not Hawthorne's office. We are able to get into Abelsbacher's office already. And these. So we can get into all of these. Yeah, that'd be the upstairs couple of rooms up there. So that might be where we have to go. Let me see. We can already go through all of this. Then down below. And down below we can go all the way across over to that hallway where you eventually can go down to the sewers. We cannot get here, but this is blocked, not locked. It's actually got chairs and beds and whatever junk here. So you cannot go past. We can already get through all of these. I can get into all... Oh, we cannot get into the kitchen. I wonder if the kitchen is something the keys can unlock. I'm not going to plan on it being the case, but it could be. Try that. I don't remember if there was an icon for trying to use something like a key on it, or if it was just generally locked and inaccessible. Like, not something we'll ever be able to get into. I don't remember now. No, it's just always locked. Okay. Let's go back here. Oops, for a second. Let's look at this. Okay, so what else? Therapy room we've been in, laundry room we've been in. All of this other stuff on this level. See if Lenny is still blocking that one passage, if we can go through it also. So floor 2. Come out over here. Things that were locked here before were Hanwell's old office, which is still locked and the keys don't work on. These were open. This was open, but Lenny was here, so we couldn't really go through the passage. This was open, this was open. And then Lenny also had his cart here, so we go part way up. His cart was blocking the way to the 3rd floor. Yeah. Okay, so we'll see if Lenny is still blocking the way over here. Probably, honestly, but let's see. Yeah, you can see him through the opening there. He's still working on that. Okay. Laboratory didn't have anything that was locked. Did the morgue have anything that was actually locked? I'm trying to remember. Well, not just locked, but locked that would have, you know, had a place for me to use a key. I don't think so. Yeah, no, none of those were unlockable. And I've already looked at the vast majority of those. What do you call it? Corpse trays. Just the top row I can't reach, and I cannot operate the hook properly enough, at least right now, or I haven't. Yeah. Anyway, to be able to get anything from the top row of those. Museum in Hanwell's office, and we cannot get into Hanwell's office. That doesn't work. This doesn't work. No, one more. 75 more, whatever it is. This doesn't work either, yeah. Okay. Solarium. Morgue. Bathroom. Laboratory. Laboratory. I don't think there's anything new to talk with Lenny about. We'll see.
Hi again, Lenny.
Hi.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything in here. Maybe this. Maybe.
Do you remember anything about the sewers down in the basement?
Me? No, I've never been there. And I don't want to.
I believe there's something important down there. Is there anything you can tell me about the sewage system in the building? There is a sort of septic chamber or tank that can't be opened.
It's complicated. I remember seeing spots where you can put some kind of tool and turn it. Sometimes I can hear a hissing sound near those spots.
Pressure, maybe.
So
I should
listen
be on
for
my way, Lenny. Stay safe.
So listen for a hissing sound? But I only heard the one. I only saw the one. Let me go try the laboratory and see if there's anything in here that I missed or I'm not remembering. It's definitely a possibility. No, I don't want the drawers, so not that. I already talked to Dr. Miller there. Don't need to bother him again. I don't think there's going to be any more conversation with him right now anyway. Go by these pipes, I guess, and see if maybe there's something I can hear from one or by one of those. Well, not seeing anything with this. Okay. I know we were just there, but let's try the morgue again. In case I missed. I wasn't really looking at... I was looking mainly for just spigots by pipes, not trying to pay attention to hissing noises or anything. So maybe... something like that I've missed. I don't know. There's no way to do anything with that. It's just water that's underneath. There's nothing over there, I don't think. We'll go back and listen in case there's a hissing, but... I don't hear anything. So not there. Where else is where would there be a hissing sound? I don't think there's anything here. Didn't want to wash this. So I'm washing something specifically? Do I have anything that needs to be washed? Probably not. Yeah, no. Nope. Okay. And that's only for washing. It's not actually gonna tie to the valve at all. Nothing with a reservoir for the urinal. Or the reservoir for the toilet. Yeah, I don't think in here. I can hear water running, but not hissing. I can't see a spigot of any kind to be used there, so... Maybe go downstairs and listen for hissing noises somewhere. It's a museum. Not hearing anything, though. So not here. Hey, Silhouette. I'm trying to find a hissing sound, as Lenny described it. Lenny's the wandering patient who's sweeping and stuff. I'm trying to find a hissing, or hear a hissing sound somewhere, so I can use... Can't really pull it up in my normal wheel for items, but this valve that I got from the basement, we're trying to drain. It's one of our tasks. We're trying to drain the septic tank down in the basement. So down where the furnace and things were, there was a set of bars and a door, like a door with a set of bars on it, that was locked previously. I went back to the security office where Bruno, the security guard, was. He's not there right now, and his keys were hanging up on a hook. So I grabbed the keys, and we went down there, and we opened that door and went down to a sewer. And we saw a door that will only open if the water pressure is at 0, I guess. At least that's the impression it gives. And he makes some comment about it being tied to the pressure of water, probably. We cannot adjust anything on that door itself. Further down in that really short tunnel where the sewers are, basically, there on one end there was a spigot. That's that little thing that sticks out that you can attach like a handle to, like a valve or something, to turn for like water on a sink or something. Anyways, there's a little spigot, and we found a valve, and so we grabbed the valve and we put it on the spigot and turned it. That lowered the water pressure by roughly a third, maybe a little bit more than 1/3. So we need now to find some other places where we can use the valve, put the valve on and turn it and adjust water pressure in the sewer further. I don't know where else we go. So I'm wandering around trying to listen for places where Lenny said he's seen some places where you could attach a valve to something like a spigot. He used different language, of course, describing it. And he said he thought he heard a hissing sound at those places where you could make the adjustments. So the hissing sound, we're guessing it's water pressure, but I'm wandering around now trying to see where there are hissing noises so we can, at those points, see what can be done, if anything. We can't. That's just look, not use an item. I don't think we can really go any closer, any farther in. So this WC, bathroom, does not give us anything. So the therapy room. Oh, there is maybe a sink over here? So maybe there's not a sink. I thought there was. I guess not. Looks just like a table. So probably not in here then. I was thinking there was a sink beside that. I guess that's my flawed memory. Okay, this is laundry. I already was here. I didn't hear or notice anything as far as water or any kind of hissing sound or anything. Already been by the fountain here. You cannot approach any closer than that. And he just examines it. Still not hearing. That and that, just looking at stuff, not actually. See, because this is actually outside. I think the only sounds I'm hearing, I think those are just wind. So, therapy room, laundry room to this kind of courtyard. Next door is the kitchen, which is locked still, and we cannot open it. There's not even a way to try to use the keys on that. And then after the kitchen is just the wall on the side of the hall, because behind that is the cafeteria. So none of this stuff. I looked at this before. I don't really think. Laundry, no. Kitchen could have something, but the kitchen we cannot get into. So, nothing in this WC. Nothing in the gallery. Like that pot in the middle of the gallery doesn't have anything we can interact with. Nothing in the therapy room. Been to the game room, no. Library, no. Courtyard, we were just in. Cafeteria. I've been through the cafeteria. I don't think there was anything, but we can check the cafeteria just in case again. In case something hisses now that I didn't notice. It's possible. Let me see. Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's going to be anything in here, but let's proceed a little bit farther just in case. Yeah, no. No, nothing in the cafeteria. Okay. I was here. We've already been through here. I tried over here is actually showers. I looked in there and did not see anything. No place to interact with anything. We cannot proceed through here. This is all blocked off with trash, like old beds and stuff here blocking the passage. Okay. We're going to... Despite our earlier promise to her and such, I'm going to do this. Let me save it. Here. Apparently she doesn't notice that we're going up the stairs. Yeah. So I cannot interact with that as far as like use an item. I can interact like I can like try to move it with my hand, but I can't actually. Yeah, there's no unlocking those. And over here, that just goes outside, out to the front yard or front lawn or whatever. So, yes, nothing up there either. For sure, we're not using keys on those at all. Nothing in this waiting room. There's a janitor's closet down at the end we can try. I don't think there's anything here, but there might be. Does not seem like it, though. Despite the fact there being a hose, like a bucket, and some other things that would suggest water comes here, I don't see any evidence that there's somewhere to hook up the valve here. So, I think we're done with that. Hawthorne. Cannot even get into his office. We'll look in here. I don't remember there being anything in Abersbacher's office, but we can see just in case. I mean, as far as like where you would attach a valve or anything. Yeah, no, there's nothing. Okay. So not there. I mean, rooms where I don't expect it because I've already kind of tried to think of it in my head. I have already done that before. I will look at them now and try. See if we have a way of attaching the valve handle. I mean, you know, it doesn't hurt to look, even if I don't expect there to be something there. This is all books and stuff. There's nothing here that would take that. Well, crapo. I don't know. Nothing there. I didn't expect there to be anything, but you know that what's going to happen is I'm going to be like, there's not going to be anything there, and that's totally where the thing that I need is. So none of this stuff is going to have water or anything. I've already been through it anyway, so I've verified it actually visually as well as it not making sense to have something take water there. So nothing in the library. Game room. Game room could have had water, but I don't see a place for it. Fireplace. Excuse me. Here either. I might end up having to look. I can't figure out where there's a place to put the valve handle. Right, this is this room. Yeah. Already checked that in the last little bit. This is the WC. This is the gallery where the paintings are. Hissing noise down here maybe, but let's see. Already looked in there specifically. That goes down to the sewer that I was describing, where it was a pretty short walk from one side to the other. Nothing really special there, other than the door we cannot open yet, and then the one valve we turned and then grabbed the valve from for ourselves. This I need. Some kind of grease, maybe. Maybe the crayon work. Probably not. Whoops, other way. I doubt it will want this, but didn't make much sense. I mean, it's not grease, right? It's wax, so that's not really helpful. Some glass slide, keys, valve. Yep. Okay, so none of this. And see, I see these pipes, but two things. Number one, I'm not hearing any hissing, and even despite that, I'm not, or noise. But then also, I'm not able to interact with it. Well, there are no valve, like spots for valves over here anyway. I go over here, and I can't even interact with these. So no interacting here either. So, I mean, for something that would take a valve or just like similar to pipes or anything like that. so. I don't know. Oh, I went the wrong way. Cannot get through there. This will not open, so. And there's no wrench symbol with the hand, so I cannot use anything from my inventory to do anything there. I don't remember there being pipes over here, but it's not exactly listening for hissing or something similar either. I don't think there's something on the other side of this door, as far as that goes, like a valve or something, but let me listen. Cannot get in these doors, just look through the windows anyway, so. Yeah, no. Very confused where I'm supposed to find this. Because I'm sure not hearing or seeing anything that looks like it would take a valve. But that water level indicator was only down 1/3, so there are at least 2 other places, I think, where I need to use. I checked in here before. Nothing to indicate to me here that. Yeah, so no on those either. Or also, I should say also no. It's just locked up. Back out here again. I do not know. Alright, well, I've done a bunch of wandering tonight. I guess we'll leave it there for now. Next week, I will see if I can figure out where I'm supposed to use the valve handle. At this point, I'm really not sure. So, wandered around for a fair bit, but couldn't figure it out. So, okay. About 11, little over 11 hours from now, 11 hours and 15 minutes or whatever, then I'll be doing more 7th Guests. So if you're around and want to watch me do that, we will do that. Otherwise, I'll see you next time I see you. Thanks, Silhouette, Panic Light, and anybody else who joined me and was watching. Appreciate the support. I will see you guys next time I see you. as usual, take care of yourselves and don't get into too much trouble. Talk to you guys soon. Till next time. Peace.
Poor spider.
This freaking boy. Oh, that's so sad.